Hi, I'm David Blaze from TopSecrets.com. I hope you're doing well. If you don't know who I am, my full-time job is helping promotional products distributors, primarily in North America, to increase their sales, improve their profit margins, and grow their businesses. Now you might say, that's great, Dave, but how in the world are you doing any of those things right now? Good question. Obviously, I'm doing it virtually. Well, today I'd like to share with you the single biggest recommendation that I'm currently making to our Inner Circle and Total Market Domination clients. You ready? Okay. First of all, now is the time to lead. Much of what you're going to be seeing and hearing in the news and in industry-related social media is how events are being canceled, people aren't buying, prospects are canceling appointments, products are going out of stock, suppliers can't get hand sanitizer, big surprise there, but you already know all that stuff. I saw a thread recently in which a distributor talked about getting no new business and asked others to, quote, please share in your misery, end quote. Well, of course, a bunch of them did, to the tune of over 130 comments, many of which were misery stories. Fortunately, not all were misery stories, and some distributors have some very good suggestions to share. I applaud you. The forward thinkers, the visionaries, the solution providers, you know who you are. Keep up the great work. Certainly, if you have something helpful to say, then definitely say it. But otherwise, I would encourage you to stay out of the my business is doing worse than your business trap that a lot of distributors currently find themselves in. If you want to distance yourself from things that'll hurt you, start with the negativity. But back to the point. Now is the time to help. Events and appointments are being canceled. Prospects aren't buying. Some products are out of stock and suppliers aren't able to get them. Just like every other day of our lives, there are always times when we lose business, people cancel orders, a client doesn't buy, or a group of prospects are not receptive to us. That happens all the time in business, regardless of what's going on in the economy. When it happens during the ordinary course of business, of course it's frustrating, but we shake it off and we continue to move forward. We may be annoyed, but we're usually not terrified. Why is that? It's because we know what to do. We continue to move forward. However, the difference right now is that more people are canceling orders, losing business, not buying, and not being receptive. So I'm not saying the problem isn't real. Of course it is. But unlike normal times, the response, the what to do about it, isn't nearly as obvious. Do we pretend it's not happening and try to engage in business as usual? Do we put on a happy face and pretend everything's great? Do we avoid marketing ourselves because we're afraid of being seen as insensitive for trying to conduct business during a difficult time? Do we attempt to profiteer and gouge the market when people are desperate? Or do we lay low, hunker down, and just wait for all of it to blow over? Well, I don't know how you're currently answering any of those questions, but my answer to all of the above is the same. No, 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 and no. Situations like this require a much smarter, much more focused approach. Prospecting right now is not about cold calling and networking and getting referrals. Right now, prospecting is less about what can I sell you and more about how can I help you? How can you help? That's the question. When we think in terms of what can I sell you, if an event is canceled, we say, oh no, I just lost another order. When we think in terms of how can I help you, then when an event is canceled, we'll say to our client, oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. How's that impacting your business? And then they might tell you how they were planning on that event to generate 150 new prospects, and now they won't be able to generate them. But if you want to help, you might say, would it make sense for us to figure out a way to put together a low-cost promotion designed to help you attract the new prospects that you need without all of the additional expenses of the event? In other words, what if we could figure out a way to get you the leads you need without you having to travel, stay in a hotel, go to an event, man a booth, interact face-to-face, collect business cards, travel home, and then follow up? What if we could allow you to continue to do your social distancing and get the prospects you need without even having to leave your home? Is that worth talking about? Right now, there's a percentage of the market who will not buy. Our job is to find those who will. Right now, there's a percentage of the market who are cutting their marketing budgets. Our job is to find the people who are not doing that. Right now, there are people who are absolutely intent on burying their heads in the sand and waiting until they either go out of business or all of this blows over. Our job is to neither target those people nor become those people. You may be tempted to want to persuade them. You may be tempted to want to convert them. You may be tempted to want to convince them. My advice, resist the urge. Recently, a member of our Inner Circle group asked me, How do you help people who just won't do anything to help themselves? And I don't believe you can. You can't force them to promote. You can't force them to buy. You can't even force them to consider another opinion or another perspective. All you can do is ask. You can make your offer. You can offer to help. And some percentage of the market will say yes. Now, is that percentage smaller than it was before all this started? Of course, but they're still out there. And if you really want to help them and help yourself, then now is the time. If you're ready to lead, it's about focusing your attention on finding and helping those who actually want our help now. Right now, I'm taking a 3-step approach with my clients. Step 1 is to stay healthy, safe, and well, because if you can't do that, none of the rest of it matters. Step 2 is to minimize short-term damage to the business. And step 3 is to position yourself as the leader right now while things are still tough, so that as things start to improve, your people remember that you were the one who was in communication. You were the one that was talking to them, thinking about them, and trying to help them. Speaking of help, if you'd like a free copy of my training program, 10 Action Steps to Sell Promotional Products Regardless of the Economy, you can have it right now with no cost and no obligation. Just go to topsecrets.com/lead. That's topsecrets.com/lead. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you stay safe and healthy, and I hope you're able to protect your business and take it to the next level.